we need to be humble to make sure that every person that is watching the game, that is on the stadium, when the energy is over there, it's part of the game. And people we tend to, if we are there, we feel what is success over there. Okay. So we need to make sure that for me and for you and for everybody here, we tend to have success in different ways. Okay. We value different things. We have different cultures. We were educated in different environments. We have different personalities. So we tend to validate ourselves in different ways. But then on the game, it's about the feeling that the game is giving to the people over there. So it's like that synergy that is happening over there. And when it's good, everybody feels it. So we can take the breath an easy way or in a strong way. So we can suffer together or we can enjoy together. I believe that when it's like a great game, everybody's entertained over there, everywhere in the world. But when it's a shit game or a poor game, no one is happy over there. Not the players, not the coaches, not the environment. Even if they are really knowledgeable about the culture of the team or they are young. So the game as alive for me, and people feel what is going on the field. And that's why we as coaches, we need to have that not motivation, but we need to have the need that when we are leading a team, it's to produce something. And that something, not just a result, is like a success that can be achieved in so many different ways. So we need to be respected by ourselves and our team and our environment, our culture, but at the same time, for which public are we trying to do it with our players? So if we put everybody together, we know, we feel about the same things. When it's good or it's not good, we feel about the same things because we are there. Something brought us together at the same moment. But we have we need to have the assurance that we are giving them something new. We are giving them something that they are looking for, which is about how that team represents each of them on the field. If someone is supporting one team, we need to make sure that we represent that people over there, that guy, that person. So we are not about, we don't care about the millions that support like Flamengo or Corinthians, okay? But we care about the identity the team that has on the field that represents so many million people. And they feel when it's okay, they feel it. When it's not only when they are winning. Sometimes they are not winning, but people feel, but we were okay over there. And when they won with great style, everybody's happy. And sometimes they don't win, and people say, okay, but we were there. So this type of feeling between people and the coaches and the team, it's something that we need to be aware wherever we are. When we start the season, we have the model at the beginning, but then the teaching learning process from our team, from our players, where are we going to take the model? To where we're going to make our players to go to their best together. And that growing is happening every single day. It's happening every single match. But if we keep the vision really driving us, we are always heading towards the vision. But it's actually happening. So after 3 months, if you remember how we started, we don't know how we're going to end it. But we are aware that the vision is driving us. And the players, they already showing something that we need to learn from them. Because again, it's about a cooperation between the idea and the players that they are actually comfortable and easy and understanding. And the needs to adaptation needs to be from both sides, the coaches and the players. Okay. When we are really strict, it's sometimes we lose players and they are good players for us. So how we can take the best out of the players. But then we can have a really strong idea, and they need to manage to do that, which is excellent. But then we need to make sure that we are doing the best on that team, on that moment, to achieve our success. So when we are driving after 3 months, after 4 months, we need to make sure that the process has the same basic stuff since the beginning, the same principles, but we can actually be doing it differently because the team and the players, they are showing growth. But that is the vision that we have for the team, like the model that is driving us towards the future.
Yeah,
so many moments that the goalkeeper is looking for the striker, and actually they can score it just with one pass. Goalkeeper,
especially
striker.
when they had Aguero,
Yes. So one of their principles is like how we find the space, and the space was already there. So if we are looking with this type of principle, where do we have space to play? The space was actually there, so they don't need to have 30 passes to create the space because the space was already there, and they understood that, and it happened like that. But then the next few games, everybody was aware, they can do this. So the spaces, they were different because the opponents, they adapt to that. So looking for where we have space, how we create space, which is different, can create our identity in different ways. So it's about the idea that the coach has that will be happening on the field in a different ways, but it's always a clear identity. If we see that the growing and the structure of a team can be different game to game, okay? The big team, they can do it because some players, they can change, but changing the structure doesn't mean that they are changing the big principles. Okay, and we can see the same identity of that. That's why sometimes they play with 3 or with 4, or with the fullbacks as wingers, or now it's number 10 plays as left back. Now sometimes they build with 2 inside, sometimes they build with 3, but always the same identity with different players, with the same coach. So the growing process is related with our ideas for the team and for the players that we have. Because at the first moment or the first season, we didn't have too many creativity on these different structures. If you remember, after 6 years, we are, in this case, Guardiola is doing differently. It's happening in a different way, but the same identity. So we need to respect that the time is important here, but how we build the team is going to be with a clear identity since the first minute or the first games or the first week. So that's why the model is driving us forward. It's always to be on our top level, the priorities for the game, and learning from the players. And that's why after some time, how we are going to change by not changing. What I want to mean by this, we want to change a few things because the other opponents, they are studying us, but we want to do it differently, having the same identity. So sometimes we just move like one pattern that can be playing differently, and now we are making ourselves grow because we found something that can be different, but the same identity is there. So sometimes it's one player is enough to change that, just one player, and it was always with us. And sometimes a player after 3 games can help us to find all the solutions if we are looking to them. But at the same time, if we have our clear vision on how we want to play with the ball and without the ball. So when we want to play, for me, it's about we need to be always balanced, and the defensive moment needs to be with the same quality of the when we have the ball. But then it's about the choice that the coach have. So it's not about one thing is more important than the other one. So when we want to have like great teams, we need to understand that the games are open. So it's not about always playing the big ones against the small ones. No, the games are really open. But if you go to see, for example, Liverpool and City on the last years, it's always a problem. It's always great games, but City, it's difficult to have the identity of them. Why? Because Liverpool creates so many problems and they change every game. And I've seen all of them. They always change something over there. So the other one, always great teams, great coaches, great identities, and they're always changing something. And that's why the game is always different as well. Okay, so who we want to be, that's my main question. And how we are making our team grow, how we adapt our vision to the process that the time is showing us, and the players, they are actually showing us. Because sometimes we start with ones, and after 3 months, that guy can be on the bench, and the other ones are really much better. Not on the great teams, it's clear to have that. But the majority of teams, sometimes this happens. So the players are telling us which ways to drive our model forward if we have the vision on top of us.